The advice to keep your back straight is outdated, and there may actually be benefits to lifting with a rounded back. Let's get into it.
This message is everywhere, especially in workplace education, and spread by some popular creators who have large followings and portray themselves as evidence-based. The advice to avoid rounding while lifting is based largely off of some dead pig studies where they removed all of the muscles around the spine and then flexed the segments way beyond their normal range of motion for 24 hours straight. That's fucking insane. Based off of these methods, I hope that it's clear that these studies cannot be extrapolated to humans because they're not representative of what happens in your body when you move, and they do not capture the body's ability to adapt. It's also believed that lifting with a rounded back can lead to pain, but is that true? This meta-analysis and systematic review actually looked at that, and they found that there's no credible evidence showing that rounded back lifting leads to pain. There are also multiple studies that show that your spine flexes when you lift no matter what, even if you're trying to keep a neutral spine. It's just normal human movement. Now that we know that rounding your back is safe, unavoidable, and not predictive of pain, we can say that keeping a neutral spine isn't protective since there's nothing to protect against. Okay, sick, it's not dangerous, but are there any benefits? Of course, otherwise I wouldn't be making this video. The muscles in your back are the exact same as the skeletal muscles anywhere else in your body, be it your quads, pecs, biceps. That means they can adapt to progressive overload in the exact same way. That means they're also subject to detraining, or in other words, use it or lose it. If you never do movements that stress the low back or get you into that rounded position, then your body's just going to lose the capacity and strength to do those movements. You need to slowly build up the strength and capacity so that your body can handle the demands that you place on it. You wouldn't go to the gym after not having done legs for 4 weeks, hit a 10 by 10 on the leg press, and then be surprised the next day when your quads are sore. So why would it be any different for your low back if you don't do anything to strengthen it, and then you're surprised when it hurts the next day after lifting boxes all day or doing deadlifts for your first time in 3 months? That soreness is only there because you don't have the capacity to do it. Doesn't mean that the movement's bad or dangerous or that it's doing any harm. Just means that you need to apply some progressive overload and slowly build up your capacity to handle those movements. Once you stop fearing certain movements and start training in all ranges, you will open up the freedom to be able to use whichever lifting technique can help you be the most efficient and strong for whatever task is in front of you. There's absolutely not one optimal way to move. True movement optimization comes from having the capacity and strength to move in many different ways. It's time to stop demonizing certain movements and embrace how the human body is adaptable and meant to move in many different ways. Now go out there and move.